If you love God, love people, and love real estate, you're in the absolute right place. And welcome to our live broadcast. Don't wait to be great. We appreciate you guys. Thank y'all so much for being here. My name is Derrick Forston. I'm Mr. ILF. And God has put me in your life to change your life through real estate and the independent living facility model. But because you guys know I'm not very techy, let me know in the chat if y'all can hear me okay. As y'all see, I'm by myself today, so I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. And definitely, if you're on TikTok or if you're podcasting us, come to the YouTube channel. And it said Forston Consultants. I put it in the chat back to back to back. I'll do it again really quickly, but I want you guys to join us on our YouTube channel at Forston Consultants. And when you get there, let me know that you came from TikTok. So one more time, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, you're in the right place. Can 3 of y'all let me know on the YouTube channel that y'all can hear me okay? I went live yesterday, y'all, for like the first 5 minutes and nobody heard a word I said. So I want to make sure that on the YouTube channel, you guys can hear me loud and clear. So if 3 people can say, yep, Derrick, I can hear your big mouth, I'm going to be good to go. Other than that, I'm going to keep drawing people in from these other forums because we simulcast. So I'm usually on 5, 6, 7 different forums at one time, but I try my best to drive everybody to Forston Consultants, and that's Forston. And then again, if you come from the YouTube channel, from TikTok, I want you to tell me that you came from there. I want to know that if you came from a different area, let me know about that. Okay, so Rita's here with us tonight. Looks like we got LaJoy or that the Smith family. Let me know also if you guys are new to me, right? If you guys are new to me and you just found me, like, Derrick, I don't know you. I just met you, bro. Like, I want to know that too. Shantae just came over from TikTok. So Shantae, I appreciate that. You were one of the first people that jumped on TikTok today. So I appreciate that. So let me do a brief intro of who I am and what we do, and we're going to jump right into it. And I already said, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, you're in the right place. Today's title is what makes 2026 different for the ILF business. Why is this year so new or different from any other year? And I'll give you a little secret. It's kind of the same. Because no matter where you live at, guys, housing is an absolute problem, right? And what we teach people to do is how you take people from homeless to hopeful, and how do we do that in a shared living environment, right? So these are not group homes. These are not ALFs. These are not IDDs. These are none of those things that require for you to like have a license and you don't have to own the property. Many years ago, man, I was blessed because God showed me a lady that was living my dream, y'all, that was literally doing this. And she was doing it the wrong way. So my whole mission in life now, Miss Clark, the Clark family, my whole mission in life now is to show you guys how to make an impact while making income. And the cool part about it, most of y'all can keep your job and do this. Now, I'll admit, I desired to leave my job once I saw the vision for what this was. Because if you see my screen right now on YouTube, that's me as a social worker. I was a social worker for 9 years. And that's who I kind of teach you guys all the time to make sure you're following. Good to see you, Katara. Good to see Miss Sandra. Good to see the Clark family. Right? So a lot of you guys are new to me, so I appreciate that. And I'm going to break down to you guys really simple that my whole dream was really just like y'all dream. Most of y'all love God, you love people, and you've been trying to get into real estate. Call me a liar if that's not true. If you found my channel, most of y'all love God, you love people, and you've been trying to get into real estate. Is that not true? Put a number 7 in the chat if that's true. Say, Derrick, that's true about me, bro. Like me and my family, we do love God. Derrick, we love people, and we've been trying to get into real estate. Because I heard real estate is the way that you're going to be able to create financial breakthrough, generational wealth. So one more time, if you're only on our TikTok channel, come over to YouTube. I'm getting ready to show you guys what I show everybody every night when I open up. I never open up without showing this story, especially for the newer people. Miss Viola, good to see you. Alicia Hill, good to see you. Miss Stacy, good to see you. Stacy said that she's new to us. So, Stacy, let me show you my story. Stacy, you see these rats and roaches in this kitchen? That's what I saw as a social worker when God put it on my heart to get into this. But just like most of y'all, people hid it from me. These are the conditions that I saw when God said, Derrick, why not you? Why not you house the homeless and the displaced? Why not you house the marginalized? But why not you, Derrick, do it differently? If you see the pictures on my YouTube screen, this should break your heart. Because if it don't break your heart, I tell people you might be on the wrong YouTube channel. If you can know that I saw a lady making $41,000 a month housing people in rats and roaches and had a lady sleeping on the kitchen floor. And because I knew some of y'all weren't going to believe me, Miss Viola, you guys just met me. You have no reason just to believe me. Miss Smith, you just met me. So, like, you should be saying to yourself, Derrick, like, wow, bro, like, that story is crazy. Derrick, you sure that's how you saw it? Guys, no lie. And when I promised God one day that I would get into this, y'all, it took me a long time. It took me 2 years, and I lost 60 pounds trying to figure this thing out. Because I knew when I saw that lady housing people in roaches and in rats, I said, God, this lady made 41 grand a month. And I'm struggling to feed my family, making 28 grand a year. So if you any good at math, you can already see that the math ain't mathing. I saw somebody living my dream, making 41 grand every 30 days. How many of y'all have ever seen somebody living your dream, but doing it the wrong way? And what you see on this screen is me saying, what is an ILF? This lady didn't call it no ILF. She just said, Derrick, I rent rooms to people. Really? She didn't call it a group home. She didn't have no name. She said, Derrick, I rent houses and I put a bunch of people in them. I say, really? And she kept it real with me, y'all. She says, Derrick, I'll never teach you this, bro. You keep being a social worker sending me these people. But for my new people, let me tell you real quick, an ILF is just simply an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff or medical oversight. So these are not group homes. These are not IDDs. And lucky for y'all and me and my family, we trademarked this many years ago just to make sure that we had people doing it the right way. And when we see people not doing it the right way, we shut them down. Because if you using my language, my coaching, my teaching, calling it this, guys, we trademarked it. You can't do that. Just like you can't go start a hamburger restaurant and call it McDonald's. You can't go start a pizza shop and call it Domino's. Does that make sense, y'all? So we trademarked it just to make sure that when we run into people like y'all and y'all become family, we're going to do this the right way. But I saw a lady housing people in burnt up kitchens. Can y'all see these pictures? Because as y'all see, Shay is not here with me tonight, and I'm not very techie. So y'all let me know if you can see these bad pictures of burnt up kitchens, beds on the ground, and people sleeping in front of the kitchen stove. Can y'all see that? Miss Angela Warren, can you see that? Miss Angela, you just met me, right? And I just met you online. We ain't even shook hands yet. But Angela, I would love to believe you wouldn't house people like this. If you told me that God put this on your heart to help people, would you put people on cinder blocks? Angela, if you ain't got your glasses on tonight, those are cinder blocks. Shante, can you see those beds on the floor? And the Smith family, I tell people, if this don't break your heart, you on the wrong YouTube channel. Because we stand for a couple things. But one of our core things, we love God, we love people, and we love real estate. And watch this. Here's another core. We believe in pleasing God, helping people, being respected by the community. And I want y'all to make a bunch of money to be able to feed your family and build the kingdom of heaven. We're God-led people, but I'm no pastor. I'm no bishop. I don't have a church of my own. But oh, do I have a ministry. And my ministry is involved with real estate and helping people. And not because Derrick said it, Shante. Shante, I'm your new big brother now, but not because I said it, but in the Bible it says the poor will always be among us. In the Bible it says when you do unto the least of thee, it's like you're doing God a favor. And when you see conditions like this, and if it don't break your heart, I tell people, man, like, I'm probably not your big brother. Because we love people, we love real estate, we love God, and we put it all in a blender, and we blend it together, and we pour it all over our city. So one more time, in less than 10 minutes of y'all being here, according to my clock, it's 10 minutes and 3 seconds. I just told you that there's a housing model that doesn't require a license. You don't have to own the property. And I saw a lady making 41 grand a month doing it the wrong way, like what you see on this picture. The devil is a liar that we ask God to change our life and we treat people like this. And the straw that broke the camel's back was when I saw a lady sleeping on the kitchen floor. She said, Derrick, I paid $750 to live here, bro. I'm just glad not to be homeless on the street. Can y'all see this? I show this all the time, but for my new people, I never want y'all to think I just thought of this overnight. I'm one of the only coaches in the world that'll tell y'all I was not very smart. I barely graduated high school, barely. My wife tricked me to go to college, and I graduated that through the grace of God. And God gave me a job as a social worker, which showed me my dream because I love people generally. I love real estate. And God messed around and gave me a social work job, which involved them both. I had no clue, Miss Faith, I had no clue that that was going to be my forever thing. I had no clue, Faith, that God put me in the middle of everything I prayed for. I prayed, God, can you change my life? Because God ain't making no money, really. I make 28 grand a year. I'm praying that. God, I want to help people. God, I really want to help people. Can you give me? God, like, Derrick, wake up, bro. That's why I made you a social worker. That's why I showed you people that will put folks in housing conditions that would be embarrassing. So, guys, I tell people everything I prayed for, God actually gave it to me. I just didn't realize it. Some of you have prayed for something, and when God finally did it, you was like, oh, my God, he did that thing. You kind of didn't even notice it. Dummy me, praying God to change my life and make more money. He said, Derrick, I'm showing you a lady doing this the wrong way. And when I saw a lady housing people on cinder blocks, I just said simply, why not me? But do it the right way. So can 25 of y'all put in the chat in faith, put why not me? And I believe that if you run into us, you guys won't do it like what I see on this screen. Alicia, you wouldn't do this. Stacy, you wouldn't do this. Katara, you definitely wouldn't do this. The Clark family, you don't even have a heart to do that. Like, I truly believe, Miss Sarah, you would never do this. Now, if I'm a liar, please tell me in the chat. But if I'm telling the truth about you and your family, put you right, Derrick. You right, Derrick. I would never do this, bro. And I'm moving on because today's topic is what makes 2026 different and how will we be different from what you all just saw? Does that break anybody's heart to know that you were seeing somebody living your dream, doing it the wrong way, and they were making the kind of money that you dreamed of? I just want to know that. And I'm going to check the chat because I've been asking y'all a lot of questions. So I'm going to check the chat. How many of you all right now, before I even go any deeper, feel like you can do this? You feel like you've been called to house the homeless, the displaced, the marginalized, the domestic violence survivor? And one more time, if you're on TikTok, I'm going to put in the chat right now where you guys can join us because I want to be able to read y'all questions out loud. And when you come to YouTube, tell me that you came from TikTok. Like, I literally want to know that you came from, say, hey, big bro, I came from TikTok. And if you allow God to allow you to do this the right way, this is what it looks like. Or this is what it should look like. The Smith family said, I can do this, Derrick. Derrick, I can be different from the lady that did this in Roaches. Miss Sarah said she would never, with the capital N, she wouldn't do that. And just once again, because I know I talk fast, so I'm going to slow it down. An independent living facility, guys, is for people that can't afford an apartment, they can't afford to buy a house, and they don't mind living with a group of people in community. One of the biggest questions that I get or my assistant gets on the phone when we answer our calls at Second Chance, which is my program, some people say, well, Derrick, I don't want to share no room. Derrick, I'm a grown man, bro. No problem. Can you afford our private accommodations? Because you don't have to share a room. You can get a private room or a private suite. So one more time, these are not IDDs. These are not traditional group homes, and these are not assisted living facilities. These are environments where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. Can three of y'all put Derrick? That makes sense so far. I'm going to take a really quick commercial break. I was interviewed about what is the secret to being so successful in this, and I want to give you guys a clip of that. Let's take a break and we'll be right back.
The biggest secret literally that we have, and it's kind of no secret because we always say it, we keep God first, right? We love people and we love real estate. So we live by this thing that says that we want to please God, right? Because we believe that if you do that, man, everything else can just fall in place. We believe in helping people. And that's something that's actually in the Bible. God says that when you do unto the least of thee, it's like you're doing it unto him. We also believe in being respected by our community while we're doing it. When I first started this, guys, nobody knew me. Today, we're really well known, but not because of how great I am. It's because of the housing program that's changing the lives in the city in which we live in. And then the last part about it, I want you guys to make enough money to feed your family. So one more time, we believe in pleasing God, helping people, being respected by the community, but I also want you to make enough money to feed your family. And you can do that while doing the independent living facility model. So just text more info, just those two words, more info, to 407-326-0086. And that's the first starting point.
All right, we are back. We are back. And thank y'all so much for joining us on our live broadcast. Don't wait to be great. Today is actually Tuesday. It's 7:18 p.m. I get a question a lot. Derrick, is this live? Yes, we're live right now. So everybody put in the chat, where are you located? I want to be nosy for 2 seconds. I want to know where you guys are located. Our coaching works in all 50 states, but I'm actually right here in Orlando, Florida. So I want to check the chat and I want to see where you guys are located. Because again, on the screen, I want to make sure that you guys can see what I have on screen, which is what we call a private suite. And a lot of times when we get calls from people, I'll get that military veteran that wishes not to have a roommate. So what do you tell that guy? You say, sir, no problem. We also have private accommodations. They start at, for me, $940 a month. My regular beds, they go for $740. So depending on where you live at, that's going to determine what you charge. That didn't change in 2026. The topic says, what makes 2026 different? Guys, I'll admit that title is a little bit of a kind of a trick. There is no difference. In fact, it got worse. So if you want to say what's the difference, it actually got worse in terms of affordable housing, because I'm getting ready to check the chat, right? No matter where you live in, El Paso, Texas, Modesto, Rochester, New York, Louisiana. I got family in Bossier City and also over there in Shreveport, Illinois, Washington State, Hollywood, Florida down south. Coach a bunch of y'all down there. California, coach a bunch of y'all over there. Atlanta, swimming with coaching clients there. In fact, we own property in Warner Robins, Georgia, and we love Macon, Georgia. But I coach a ton of people in Atlanta. So right on this screen again is what's called the shared living environment. And most people that we serve, y'all, they can't pass a background check sometimes. They can't afford an apartment, but they don't mind living in an environment like this where they'll have a roommate. This whole concept, guys, they're going to have a roommate. I don't want anybody moving into one of my places thinking that he's going to get his own place. So for the Robertson family that asked me, well, Derrick, what does it look like? Because I heard you talk about it because I was podcasting you. Well, you guys are live now, and thank you and big shout out to you and your family, sir. You told me you have 19 people in your living room in front of a 75-inch screen TV. So we appreciate that. Big shout out to the Robertson family. So guys, this is what it looks like. So you and your whole family, all 19 of y'all can get into this. And I would make this a family business. So a lot of what you're seeing, these houses we rent, we lease. Because guys, 97% of y'all that I coach, we rent and we lease these places. Now, if you can go out and buy a property, God bless you. Most of us can't just go out and do that. In fact, if you're a little different from most of us, say, Derrick, I can buy my property, bro. Because I'm going to tell you right now, out of all of y'all here, 97% of y'all will start the same way I did. You're going to beg and plead to somebody to allow you to rent that house. And lucky for y'all, I give y'all the verbiage and the language that's in my $5 group. So many compliments have been coming from that group. Y'all making me blush. And I'm real dark, so it's hard for me to turn red or pink. But I'm getting so many messages from people that are literally getting started only from watching the masterclass. So if you're new to me and you have no clue what I'm talking about, guys, I got all kinds of coaching, one-on-one coaching, DIY, group coaching. But one of the most popular things lately is my $5 a month group. Guys, I got a group for $5 a month, and that's 16 cents a day. So if you feel like God has led you to this, definitely join that group. And the way that you do it, and I'll say it nice and slow, you text the word FIVE, F-I-V-E, that's it. Text F-I-V-E to 407-326-0086. One more time, to join our $5 a month group, I put it on the screen just now. You're going to text 407-326-0086, and you just go text the word FIVE, F-I-V-E. And most important, when you get in there, don't start asking questions. Click on that button that says learning. That's a 4-hour masterclass. And one of my rules in that group is the only way you can ask a question if you say, after watching the masterclass, Derrick, my question is, because I guarantee you 98% of y'all will ask questions that's already in that. And I bless y'all with it, because normally my one-on-one people are the only people that usually get that kind of coaching. I'm giving it to y'all for $5. So one more time, if you text the word FIVE to 407-326-0086, that's going to get you in. I'm also going to put a lower third right there on the bottom. That's for our free Facebook group. We also got a free Facebook group with 21,000 people in it. That's free. But then the ILF Academy Elite, that was 16 cents a day, which is $5 a month. So one more time, guys, invest in yourself this year. And this group should be $500 a month. But I wanted to make it so attainable, and I wanted to blow the socks off of your feet, because I guarantee you 99% of your questions will be answered in that masterclass. Very different from my original webinar. Guys, I go straight in and coach for 4 hours. And a lot of people say, Derrick, I got started because of that. So I'm super proud of that. And if you guys are in that group, type in the chat, me. If you are in the ILF Academy Elite, that $5 group, type in the chat, me. If you about to get it, say, I'm on it right now, Derrick. Because what you're seeing on this screen, again, one more time, is just simply an independent living facility. You're looking at mostly the shared living environment. And I'm showing you guys, again, what it looks like. Let's talk about some benefits. Let's take a clip from an interview that I was in. Let's take a break and we'll be right back.
Well, in my opinion, the best form of real estate is shared housing. That's why we invented the independent living facility model, because we view it like this. Why get one house and rent to one income, right? A family, usually mom, dad, 3 kids. What the ILF model does, it allows you to take that same 4-bed, 2-bath home and take 8 people from homeless to hopeful. That's the benefit of shared housing.
That's the benefit. So one time, well, actually all the time, we get asked, well, Derrick, what's the difference between this and regular real estate? Well, great question, because I'm in them both. I got houses where I rent to a mom, dad, and 3 kids. That's one set of income. But watch this. On the other side of the independent living facility model, like if you see this picture on YouTube and on TikTok, those are 2 beds. Both of those jokers pay rent. Does that make sense? So where I'm at, my beds start at, listen to my verbiage, start at, you never just name a price. Never tell somebody, well, we $750 a bed. No, you not. You start at $750. Can 5 of y'all put in the chat, Derrick's teaching us language, and then write starting at. Because what if you change your price? What if you want to give yourself a raise? What if one of your rooms is larger than the other ones and it's a different price point? No different from when you and your husband go to a hotel. There's different views: ocean view, lake view, and a view where there's the alley. The back alley is a cheaper room because there is no view. So this is the same thing. So some of my ILFs, certain rooms cost more than the others because of the size, the view. Does that make sense, everybody? So, and as y'all can tell, I love giving percentages. Watch this. Here's another one. 75% of my coaching to y'all is about language, verbiage, and who we say it to. So if you taking notes tonight, language and verbiage are kind of the same, but I still say them both because there's kind of a difference. Language, verbiage, and who do we say it to? Some of y'all problems is you're saying this stuff to the wrong people. You got a great heart, you got a great vision, and you ready to go. But you share this to the wrong people that's sending you down a rabbit hole, and they believe you trying to start a group home, and no, you not. You trying to start an independent living facility. Look how beautiful this place is, y'all. This is one of my largest ILFs. And watch this. That furniture that's so beautiful, that's name brand, came from a thrift store. Some of y'all think I went to Rooms to Go. The devil is a liar. Guys, I was a poor social worker trying to figure this thing out. I couldn't afford no Rooms to Go. So we get gently used furniture. When I start a new ILF, most stuff come from my house. The plates, the spoons, the cups, the coffee maker, the toaster, the garbage can, the flat screen TV, the cereal bowls, the coffee maker, the coffee cups. I'm trying to save money. Because see, what you forgot, I was a poor social worker. I couldn't afford this stuff a long time ago. Guys, I was making 28 grand a year. And one more time, my TikTok people, you guys come over to the YouTube channel. I'm putting in the chat right now, back to back to back, and tell me that you came from YouTube when you get here. Everybody on the TikTok channel right now, I'm putting it in the chat where I want you guys to come. I want y'all to join us on YouTube because I want to show y'all some pictures of what it looks like. And it's called Forston Consultants. And because I'm not very techy, can y'all please tell me y'all can see my pictures? Because I would hate to think I'm showing y'all something and it's a blank screen up there. Look at that living room, y'all. The only thing that's brand new in that living room is that piece of carpet, that rug. I paid $65.99 from Walmart. Everything else in this room that you see on this picture came from a hotel and a thrift store. Guys, hotels see what we do and they call us. Hey, Derrick, see what y'all doing, bro? And we getting ready to revamp our entire hotel. We got 45 dumpsters coming tomorrow, Derrick. So if you want this stuff, you better come and get it. Because in 3 days, the entire hotel is being cleaned out. Woo! Can you guys imagine getting a call because you're following my instruction and you're posting so much on social media that a hotel calls you and says, hey, man, we appreciate the great work that you guys are doing. And we want to give away some beds, armoires, dressers, mattresses, picture art, and we want to give it to you. Guys, you know how powerful that is? So you don't have to buy it. We get that question, Derrick, where you buying your stuff from? Well, most of it coming from my house, thrift store, and Facebook and Instagram. Because every day I'm going to put a post out that sounds like this. What's going on, Facebook family? We're getting ready to start our next housing program, and we're super excited. If you have any gently used recliners, twin beds, refrigerators, freezers, see where I'm going? Guess what's in all of my garages at my ILFs? Yes, furniture, stoves, refrigerators, freezers, hot water heaters, beds, kitchen decor, because people know what we do. Every picture that I'm showing you guys, all of this stuff came via that way. And when I do buy stuff, my two favorite stores are Roses and Walmart. Can somebody type in Roses and Walmart? Let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
I hope you guys are enjoying the information. If you want more information just like this, what you're hearing now, make sure you text the phrase more info and don't put it in the chat. Text it to this phone number. Text more info, that's MOREINFO, to the phone number 407-326-0086. We're going to give you our complimentary webinar, and then that leads to a complimentary call with me and my team to talk about how fast can we get you started. Let's get back to the show. The first step to getting started with your own independent living facility is texting the phrase more info to 407-326-0086. One more time, if you text the phrase more info to that phone number, we're going to give you an immediate text message. You fill out your name, email address, and phone number, and we're going to send it to you instantly to watch it with you and your family or you and your team. And then if you have questions, we want you to join us 7 days a week on our YouTube channel so that we can learn and grow together. But if you think that you want to move forward with one of our coaching products, we'll also speak to you by phone just to make sure that you understand fully what you're getting yourself into. And again, it starts with our webinar. So text more info to the phone number 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success. Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying this show. But just in case you was wondering, how in the world do we rent these properties or lease them? And what does the conversation sound like that we're telling the homeowner to convince them to rent their house to us? That's one of the biggest things in this business, and I want to give it to you. So text the word purpose, PURPOSE, to the phone number 407-326-0086. And we're going to give you the exact guide to what we say, how do we dress, how do we find them? Everything you need to know in terms of to get your first property, we put it in the ebook. And again, it's called The Pursuit of Purpose and Profit. Text the word purpose to 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success.
All right, we are back. We are back, and thank y'all so much. We super appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to pull up some notes, and then I want to take a few questions. And because y'all see that that Shay isn't here, I may get away with kind of going a little bit over. Remember, guys, I'm supposed to be doing only 30 minutes now. So I think I'm at 32 minutes. So if we keep it quiet, Shay won't hear me. So if I start getting too loud, Katara or Tia, let me know so that Shay won't hear me downstairs in her office. And then she come up here and shut us down. So my new people that don't know this, I usually coach for 2 and 3 hours. Like, guys, we go long because I really want to make sure you get it. But my team has been asking me for over 8 years to scale it back. I'm hard-headed and I don't. But this year, I'm going to try to follow that. So my goal is to keep these rooms under 30 minutes. Obviously, tonight, I'm over already. But I took some notes on some stuff that I want to talk about, because one more time, tonight's title says, what makes 2026 different for the ILF business? And I wrote some stuff that I just kind of want to quote really quickly, right? And these are some things that I just wrote down. Shared housing is no longer an alternative, it's necessary. Can you guys agree with that? Shared housing is no longer the alternative, it's necessary. And the reason why I say that, I don't care where you live at, it's expensive. No matter what city and state you're in, and just quite frankly, a lot of people can't afford their own apartment. They can't afford to buy a house. They can't pass a background check. So this independent living facility life that we now live, we show you guys that this is the cheat code to what your city is also asking for. I made a video today and I talked about, can you imagine being the answer to what your city is already screaming for, which is affordable housing? So no more are the days where shared housing, which is, that's the alternative. Guys, today is going to be the standard. And you got to think about the population that we serve, the elderly adults, military veterans, women escaping domestic violence, and sometimes teenagers aging from the foster care system. And what's becoming one of my favorites now, the guy that's got a 9-to-5 job, but he can't afford an apartment. He can't buy a house. So I'm the in-between before somebody goes to the street and sleeps behind a dumpster, or before they can't afford an apartment. So I'm that guy in the middle. So no longer is it an alternative, it's necessary. Rising rents, stagnant wages equals forced collaboration. One more time. Rising rents and stagnant wages is forcing collaboration. Seniors, veterans, fixed income, adults, seniors and veterans that are on a fixed income, families are shrinking now. So all of these are reasons why you guys are needed. Shared housing is becoming normalized, not stigmatized. I think that's a t-shirt. When I first brought this out over 8-9 years ago, people thought I was crazy, and it was a choice. It was an alternative. But today, it's a must-have. So I'm actually repeat that. Shared housing is becoming normalized, not stigmatized. One other thing that I actually wrote down too, I wrote down, why do most people miss this window? Because I believe that this is one of these times in real estate that if you miss this window, you're going to look back and say, man, I remember back in 2025 and 26 and 27, there was this bald black guy talking about shared housing and get into real estate because it can change your life. And I missed it. Guys, this is the time. Waiting for the perfect time is the reason why people fail. Still chasing fix and flips and appreciation plays. This thing is no more about appreciation when it comes to real estate. It's more about purpose. Because we believe that money also follows ministry. Ever heard of that quote? Money follows ministry and is built into what we do. Can somebody repeat that in your own house, in your own living room? Don't put it in the chat. Don't raise your hand, but say, money follows ministry and is built into what we do. One more time. Say this to yourself and your family. Money follows ministry and is built into what me and my family does. Oh, that's good. Oh, that is so good. One more thing that I wrote down, and I'm going to let this go. The housing crisis is now a business opportunity. Even though you guys hear me call this a ministry all the time, I talk about loving God, loving people, and loving real estate. The housing crisis is now a business opportunity, no longer a theory. In previous years, people talked about shortages. In 2026, cities, nonprofit agencies are actively searching for solutions. Demand is no longer speculative, it's documented, funded, and urgent. Oh, these are some good notes. And I'll admit, y'all, I write notes 80% of the time I go on here and never get to them. Probably 90%. I write notes before every live. Most times I never get to it. So I'm excited that I'm actually reading this. One more thing and I'm done. Housing is shifting from luxury investing to problem-solving investing. Watch this. Real estate and housing is shifting from it being this luxury of way of investing, and it's turning into problem-solving investing. Oh, I got to do this more. Miss Faith, you like that? Faith, I got to do more of that. I actually do these notes all the time, and I never read it. So one more time, I hope you guys heard what I said, because again, this is no longer some kind of just other option. It's needed. And no matter where you live it, guys, it's expensive, and your city is looking for a way out. I think you guys have it. Let's take a break and we'll be right back.
Hey, what's going on, family? Please make sure that you watch our webinar, which is the first step to getting started. So just text the phrase more info, MOREINFO, to the phone number 407-326-0086. Don't type it in the chat. Don't put it below. Text it to that phone number. That way you get that free webinar, but also it leads to a discovery call with me and my team to see how we can get you started. So again, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is it. Show me anything else where you can make such an impact in your community, serve God, but also make a bunch of money doing it. We don't hide that. We want to make a lot of money doing what this is so that we can extend our hand in the community and continue to be the answer to affordable housing. Text more info to 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success. Let's get back to the show. If this is your first time ever joining us, first of all, I want to say thank you. Second of all, I hope you're enjoying the content. But probably most importantly, I want you guys to text more info to the phone number 407-326-0086. 0086. That's going to give you our introductory webinar that breaks all of this down. And it also gives you a call with someone on our team to answer every question you have before moving forward. Because remember, I don't want you to buy nothing before you have a clear understanding of what this is and how to operate it. So one more time, text only these two words, more info, to 407-326-0086, and you will get an immediate download. You click that, you put your name, email address, and phone number, instant download. After watching that webinar, which is about 55 minutes long, first of all, it's going to change your life. Second of all, make sure you book that call, and then you join us 7 days a week on our YouTube channel right here at Forston Consultants, and we'll see you on the other side of success. Let's go.
All right, we are back. You heard the guy. Y'all heard him, right? Text more info, but text it to that phone number. Don't put it in the chat. And that phone number is also scrolling below. So on the lower thirds of this screen, there's the instruction. And that's the first step. We get that question Derrick, what is the first step, bro? That webinar. Because after watching the webinar, and then if you join that $5 group, you're going to feel like me almost. You're going to feel like you got the knowledge I have. So trust me, the free webinar, immediately text the word 5, F-I-V-E, to the same number, join that group, and after you watch that masterclass, make a decision in terms of how do you get in this? Do you get the one-on-one coaching? Do you get the DIY? Do it on your own. Do you get our collective group coaching? Or do you get the ILF legacy, where it's our white glove service and we do everything and I just put the keys in your hand? So I want you to go that route. Free webinar, $5 group. When you get in the $5 group, watch that masterclass. It's 2 of them. One is the HRA, how to be a housing referral agent. And the other one, meaning that you want to do it, how to operate an ILF. Both masterclasses are in there. When you get in that group, click the button that says learning. There's a button that says learning. When you click that, it's going to release everything you've been praying for. So looks like we didn't get in no trouble yet, and I'm still doing good. So watch this. Let's take a quick commercial break one more time, but y'all put some questions in the chat. My favorite number is 7. I'll answer the first 7 questions that I see, especially if they're good questions. If they're surface level, I'm going to save you the headache and send you to the webinar. But I want y'all right now to think of a question that's on your head, in your brain. Let's take a quick break. We're going to come right back. And before Shay come here and snatch me off of this live, I want to answer the next 7 questions, and then I'm going to get you guys out of here.
You probably didn't know this, but you don't need a license to start your own housing program. If you love God, love people, and love real estate, think about starting an independent living facility, which requires no license and you don't even have to own the property. And you probably didn't know that we're live 7 days a week teaching this. So right on our YouTube channel that's called Forston Consultants, that's F-O-R-S-T-O-N. Forston Consultants is where we teach this 7 days a week. And every day is at 7 p.m. except for Saturdays. Saturdays, we'll see you at 10 a.m. Eastern to, again, learn the independent living facility model and how you can walk off your job this year. Usually the first step that we're often asked is, how do we get started? And other than just being super generic and saying it starts with your mindset, the first really way to get started is start a business. I don't want you guys to do this as a hobby. I want you to start an actual business, meaning turn yourself into an LLC. So prime example, your name is Scott Jones. Why not be S&J Enterprise? That way you're more bankable at the bank. Not so much for like the social worker, but this makes you actually more bankable. Make sense? Most people don't fail because they're broke. They fail because they're not in the right room. The ILF Academy is not another Facebook group. It's the cheapest and most affordable access point to learning the independent living facility model. In fact, my masterclass that I taught, it was over 3 hours and 58 minutes. I put that inside of this $5 group. And if you know anything about me, guys, only my one-on-one people get that kind of coaching. But I'm giving it to you all because I want no excuses this year that you didn't know how to get started. So the ILF Academy Elite is only $5, and I'm going to put the link below. We'll see you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Faith. I am the founder and owner / CEO of Credos Foundation, located in Hollywood, Florida. I started this journey just a little bit over a month ago. And when I started, I had nothing. I had no property. I had no referrals. I had no leads. All I had was a vision, and my vision was very clear. I knew that I wanted to do this ILF project, and I wanted it to be done the correct way. I knew for me, it was more than just an opportunity to make money. For me, it's a ministry for me. Giving back is a ministry for me. And so I wanted to make sure I did it the right way. The coaching that I've received from Shay and Derrick, coupled with the digital flow solution team, has been priceless. I have listened to everything they've told me to do, and I've done it exactly the way they said I should do it. If I had any questions, I would reach up, and waited until I got an answer before I proceeded. Because for me, I didn't want to make the mistakes, like Derrick would say, the mistakes that they made. And so as coaches, they're here to make sure that at least my mistakes are minimal, or at least I don't repeat the same mistakes they did. So for me, doing the coaching has been the best decision I ever made. I'm looking forward to my first property in the next 30 days. That's my goal, is to open my first property in the next 30 days. And with this coaching that I'm receiving and my VA that has been on point with my social media and handling all the back end thing, I know for a fact within the next 30 days, I will be opening my first property in South Florida. Wherever God leads, I'm going to go. Thank you, Shay and Derrick, for the opportunity to do this and to share with others. Have a blessed one, everyone.
We are back. We are back. So thank you guys so much again for being part of the live broadcast. Don't wait to be great. You guys have a lot of choices of where you could be, but y'all chose to be here, and I appreciate that. So I'm going to do as promised. I'm going to go to the chat, and I'm just going to start from the bottom and go up. So if you text your question first, I apologize, but it's easier for me to find it if I start from the bottom. So here's a question. It looks like this question would be more of a personal preference. It says, would you use a HELOC loan, right? Home equity line of credit. So let me start teaching. If you don't know what a HELOC is, that means you want to pull well, actually, no, because the line of credit, the HELOC is more so like they're giving you a certain amount of money because of what your house is worth. So instead of giving you the equity out of it, they turn it into a line of credit. That may be 60,000, 80,000, 200,000, 30,000, 10,000, kind of whatever you decide to take. So some people like it because it allows you to tap into your equity in your home. Some people are against it because they want to leave their home alone and don't bother it when it comes to investing. I'm all about that. So I'll answer that from a core, like from the beginning. If you have equity in your home and you have the ability to turn it into a line of credit to get started, I would, right? But again, just answering that from the top level surface, I don't know you, I don't know your family, I don't know your makeup. I would have to know a lot more to give you a more of a concrete answer. But just to give you an answer, absolutely. So I love to tell people, congratulations, first of all, for buying property and gaining equity. And that's the whole purpose of it for me. Sitting equity is dead equity. But if you take equity and push it into an investment that changes other people's lives and yours too, that's a home run to me. And the reason why I'll still speak about the leasing side is that often, again, over 90% of y'all that come to me, y'all can't go buy no house. Neither could I in the beginning. So I learned to rent or to lease one to still make my dreams come true. So if you have the ability, and watch this, I'm coaching a lady right now. She pulled a HELOC, but not to buy a property. She still used that money to lease one. I thought that was also smart. So let me give insight. What about taking the HELOC and not buying a property, but maybe pulling 8 to 15 grand out, and you use that to start this business with a rental property? I also like that, right? So you got choices, but I'll admit there is nothing like ownership, because if you own it, there is no you asking anybody for permission. Make sense? 50, not 50. 50, not 50. I'm sure I'm messing that up, but does that make sense, everybody? And then they give insight on how you can use a HELOC in more than one way. Who says I got to take a HELOC and go buy a house? I can still go and rent or lease one, which is safer. Especially like I tell people too, right? If you never ran a business, if you never done this, like what if you get into this and 8 months later, you say, man, why did I get into this? This don't even fit my personality. I don't want to do this. But guys, when I saw this, I knew this was something I would do for the rest of my life. I was that convicted about it. Now, if you feel that same conviction, let's go. And if you're under my coaching, let's super go. Because I can guide the whole process. Okay. The McClendon family says, have you ever mixed genders? So me personally, no. Now a lot of people that we coach, they love a co-ed facility. My brother, God rest his soul, passed away y'all about 2 years ago, and this is who I started it with. My brother loved the co-ed model. My brother believed that co-ed brought cohesiveness. Because quite naturally, as he said, the men took on the men role. They took the trash out, they fixed stuff. The women would do the cleaning up and cooking. And nobody arranged it that way. They just took on the natural roles of it. Does that make sense to the McClendon family? So me personally, I don't want to house a 19-year-old guy and a 22-year-old female in the same house. To me, that's a party. So if I do co-ed, it's usually going to be older people. Make sense, everybody? Two of y'all put, that makes sense, Derrick. Or if it don't, you put your opinion. Like, I want other people to also answer this. Katara, where are you? Faith, where are some of my coaching clients? Jermaine, where are you? How would you answer what she just said? So if you're under my coaching or you do this, meaning you house people, I want you to answer her question too. What's your thoughts on a co-ed environment? I better lower my voice because Shay may hear me. Do you have insurance on the homes? Absolutely. Who is that? Miss Eleanor. You're probably new to me, but watch me, right? Because I'm your new big brother. That was one of my largest and biggest mistakes, dummy me. And I made the Channel 8 news and a $40,000 lawsuit because I didn't get insurance. Guys, in that master class for $5, I go over the insurance, the verbiage you should use, and who should you ask. Because most of y'all, again, you don't know the verbiage. You don't know who to say it to. Make sense? So I absolutely get a general liability policy. And if you join that free ILF Academy, I give a 4-hour, well, 3 hours and 58 minutes. But if you allow me to round up, I give a 4-hour masterclass on what only my one-on-one people get. I gave it to y'all in that group. So text 5, F-I-V-E, to 407-326-0086. And that number is also scrolling below. If I've answered your question, can you tell me in the chat, Derrick got it, or great, or Derrick, you missed it, bro? Like, I want to know if I nailed your question because I also don't want to miss it. Okay. Faith says one-on-one was my choice. No regrets. I get one-on-one sessions with coaches Derrick and Shay. So Faith is somebody just telling y'all that she don't want my DIY. She don't want do it on your own. She don't want my collective group where she learning with everybody. Some people love that. In fact, that's kind of one of my favorites now, the collective group, because you guys are holding each other accountable. I love that. Faith is somebody like a lot of y'all that say, Derrick, I want your phone number. I want to be able to call you, Derrick, and I want my one-on-one stuff. Because I got a job, Derrick. I work, I travel. I got a boo thing, and we go out. So I want you when I want you, Derrick. That's the one-on-one. That's Faith. That's one-on-one coaching. Okay? And she says no regrets. Next question. Miss Lori, you literally put what I'm going to make a t-shirt out of now. Everybody has heard of real estate investing, luxury investing, all kind of words before investing. I've never heard somebody talk about problem-solving investing. Now, Katara, why somebody steal this from me because they heard me saying it and they're going to start coaching it? Now, to me, that's flattery in a little bit of a way because I don't have that trademarked. Wink, wink. Somebody should go grab it probably. PSI, problem-solving. Katara, how do you like that? Faith, what does that sound like to you? Miss Laura, you like that? PSI? So if I start talking about PSI and you hear it from somewhere else, you should be saying, boy, they copying Derrick again. Guys, I read that from my notes. Y'all heard me read it. Tell me one person you ever heard of talk about problem solving investing. Now, Katara, if you heard this somewhere else and I'm late to it, please tell me. But I've never, Alicia Hill, heard anybody use the phrase problem solving investing. And just watch. 4 weeks from now, you're going to hear it from somewhere. Now, I'm flattered by that. But if you use independent living facility, my lawyer going to come after you. I trademark that. So don't do that. All right? I love that. Katara says she loves that. That's a t-shirt. That's done, sis. I'm making that tomorrow. Somebody says, I don't agree with co-ed or mixing couples and singles, young and old. That's a potential for problems. I've experienced it. They sound a lot like me. I don't like the co-ed model, but I coach a lot of people that love it and it works. So watch my coaching from that. You do what works for you. Me and Effie, we don't want no parts of that. Now, if I'm saying your name wrong, I apologize, but me and EFFIE, we want no parts of a co-ed facility. It's a party to me. And I'm not housing couples anyway. So if you new to me or this concept, the ILF only houses the single individual male or the single individual female. Katara. Somebody jumped all over Katara the other day inside of the ILF Academy group. And Katara was just trying to tell them, sir, this model does not house couples because of the liability. We only house the single male or the single female, and sometimes it can be co-ed. Man, that person snapped on Katara because they don't understand. That's called ignorance. How you going to tell somebody that's in the coaching that's doing it? Katara, I guarantee you the person that made that comment, they're not even in the game of it. Oh, Katara going to miss that. Katara, you think he's in the game of that? He just wanted to argue with you. And he doesn't know the model. So one more time, real slowly, we do not house husbands and wives together. We don't house the boo thing and the boo together. Not in my place. That's called domestic violence. Oh, I better hurry up. I only got 1 minute before I'm really going to be in trouble. Guys, I've been here 57 minutes. I hope what I've said tonight, you guys enjoyed it and you got a little bit of insight of how my coaching works. If you love this on the free version, can you imagine what the one-on-one coaching is like? So I want all of you all that if you're new to us, definitely visit forstonconsultants.com. That's to check out the coaching packages. But most important, follow me on social media. Be my friend at Derrick Forston on Facebook. And probably more important than being my friend, I want you to be nosy. Go and look at what we're posting. What are we doing? How are we teaching this thing? And more importantly, envision you in it. Forget about me when you see me, because I'm already in it. Say, God, I want to close my eyes and imagine that this is me. I want to take a walk in my own shoes, and I want to do like what they're doing. But God, can you make me better than them? Because my prayer is that you guys outdo me in this. Somewhere in that good book, the Bible said that at some point, the student should outdo the teacher. My prayer is that God does exceedingly abundantly above all you can ask or think. Meaning, Derrick, I want to be better than you, bro. Yes, that's a great goal. You should never say, well, Derrick, I want to be like you and Shay. No, you don't. You want to be better than us. And I'm telling you to say that. Most coaches won't even tell you that kind of advice because that's a crab in a bucket mentality. I don't beg nobody to buy our coaching. That's between you and God and what he told you to do. Because one of my favorite phrases in quotes is procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do. And you can say, ouch, or you can say, amen. But procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give me more time for that thing he told me to do last year. Now, don't raise your hand. Don't put it in the chat. But just nod your head to yourself in your living room if God has already told you to get into something like this. What are you waiting on? Don't put it in the chat. You don't have to announce it. But in your living room, be honest with yourself. Has God already told you to get into real estate and helping people? It ain't always about leaving and quitting your job, even though I do promote that a lot, because I love for people to walk off their job the right way. Guys, when I left my job, I didn't cuss out people. I didn't flip over tables. I didn't cause a ruckus. I put in a notice of 90 days because I was a little afraid, nervous. Who puts in a 90-day notice? Nobody. They give 2 weeks usually. Nervous me, because I'm being honest, because I'm y'all brother. Y'all, I was nervous. But I was doing it that I was doing something that Joyce Myers always says, do it afraid. And there's two sides of that, because I don't want y'all to be afraid, but there's some truth to that. Do it afraid, meaning do it anyway, because God has not given you the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And also a sound mind to make decisions. What decision will you make after watching our webinar and after spending $5 to get in that group to get that masterclass? What decision will you make right after that? Let's take a break and we'll be right back, and I'm getting ready to close you guys down.
I hope you guys are enjoying the information, and we super appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget, though, if you want to be an affiliate of what we do to get 40% of it, make sure you guys text the word affiliate to 407-326-0086. And remember, I pay 40% of whatever you sell.
We are back. Don't forget, be an affiliate. If you believe in what we're doing, why not sell it and make some money? If you introduce somebody to us through your link, after you sign up, we'll pay you 40%. Katara is going to show y'all how to do that inside of the ILF Academy, because she's doing it every day. Look for Katara Johnson's name in the ILF Academy. Look for Faith Credo's name in the ILF Academy. And look at how they're giving people their link. And if they're real smart, because I ain't checked it yet, they should be giving them the webinar link. Not just the link that goes to the website, but the link that goes to the webinar, so that people don't have to look for it. So once again, if you believe in this, text the word affiliate again to that phone number. You fill out a W-9, a little bit of information, and bam, just like that, you get your own portal. And all you do now is promote what this is. Make an introduction to us through your link. And when somebody buys our program, we pay you 40%. And if, for example, my one-on-one coaching right now is $7,500. The collective coaching is $4,997. Can somebody put what's 40% of $7,500 in the chat? Meaning I'm doing all the work, all the coaching, and darn near giving you half of what I make. Well, that's powerful. I'm a good coach. I'm trying to bless y'all. I don't need y'all help to bring me people, but it works because every one of us can win. I win because I get a new coaching client. You win because you made a referral and you made somebody's dreams come true. And the person wins because they getting the coaching now and they going to start the program. I love a win-win situation. Something else I want to bring up real quick right before I get out of here. Let me see if I can find it first of all. And again, thank y'all so much for joining me, putting up with all my antics. So, Miss Sarah, the only time that it's a problem when people mention independent living, not because you running one, we're not that strict, but if you call yourself teaching it and using my language, my verbiage, my coaching, like some people are literally copying my words. Like it just blows my mind. They won't even be original. If I see it, or most of the time my team catches it, I'm too busy. I got people that I hire specifically that only look for that stuff online. I got 2 VAs. That's their only job, is to delete people, report people to Facebook, and send it to my lawyer, who sends them a letter to tell them to stop it. Because if you've been a part of any Facebook group that had independent living facility in the name, notice it's gone now. Katara, you were in some of those groups. A lot of y'all, because I teach y'all to join Facebook groups. So you're not doing anything wrong. But notice, if you were in a group that's labeled independent living facility or ILF or anything of the sort or likeness of, notice it's gone now. Because Facebook also won't allow you to do that or infringe on somebody's trademark. Guys, like, do y'all understand that? No different from you can't go and start a soda company tomorrow and call it Pepsi. You can't go and start a soda company tomorrow and call it Mountain Dew. It's called trademark infringement, and you can get in trouble like that. You can get sued. And I want that for nobody. But Miss Sarah, that doesn't mean if you start your program, you say, yeah, I got an ILF. That's not me and my team going after you. But Sarah, now I say this jokingly, and my team see you saying, hey guys, want to start an ILF? I can teach you how to do it. If you love God, love people, and love real. Wait a minute, Miss Sarah. You're using all my quotes. You're using my trademark information. My team coming after you. So that's how that works, y'all. And watch this. I already told y'all this. My lawyer who does this for me, she gonna come and talk to all of y'all. Well, actually, let me recant. She's gonna come and speak to my one-on-one people. So if you're an ILF Mastery Blueprint member, you're gonna hear from my lawyer about branding, marketing, trademarking, and business structure. And watch this. I'm gonna put it in that $5 group. Crazy, right? And my lawyer ain't free. She gonna charge me to do this, but I'm doing it for y'all because I know the information, but I want my lawyer to pour into y'all. Make sense? Cost thousands of dollars to get that. Y'all pay $5 and I'm gonna leave it in that community so you'll always have it. So I hope you guys understand the power of that $5 group. And Sarah, she says, understand, get it. Yeah, so not because you call your place an ILF. No, it's people that's trying to teach it the wrong way, and using my language, my verbiage, my trademark. Can't do that. Okay? Then the last question I'm going to read, and I'm going to get you guys out because Shay still haven't came in here yet, and I want to stay out of trouble. Let me see. I might have hit them all. Let me see. Gosh darn it, I think I did it. Let me see. Qatar says that they have had all men for the past 3 years, but we're considering co-ed seniors. So Qatar just explained what I would do. Not that your older people won't do a little hanky-panky, but it's better than that 19-year-old and the 24-year-old and their hormones are raging. I would prefer to do the co-ed, like Qatar said, with the older people. Make sense, everybody? Miss Lorraine said the same thing I said earlier. Like, she feels like the co-ed would be more of a party, cause issues. So she said to her, it makes sense. Okay. Alicia says, my duplex would be unit 1, all women, and unit 2, all men, although not co-ed within each unit. However, close proximity. So, Alicia, I love that actually. Nothing wrong with that. I coach a few people actually that do that. In fact, Charmaine Sanders, if you're here, she does that. Charmaine's in Akron, Ohio. Alicia, put in the chat where you're located. Just give people the insight. Alicia, where are you located? So did y'all hear that from Alicia? She's got a duplex, and here's some free coaching. Alicia is doing what I do preach, but watch this. I want none of y'all to get a duplex and you don't own both sides or rent both sides. We don't believe in sharing a wall with nobody. No townhouses, no duplexes, no apartments. Because if you don't know what you have in a tenant, prime example, if you move Tyrone in on Monday, and he start yelling and screaming and banging on that other wall, you're going to disturb the neighbor. That's going to cause police, fire department, ambulance, and negative attention on you and your program. They're going to put you out. So I don't believe in sharing a wall with people unless I own both sides or rent or lease both sides. Does that make sense, everybody? So from what I'm reading, Alicia is doing that. She's got both sides. Alicia, also tell the people, do you own this place or is it a rental? Well, because to me, it don't matter. But I just want people to get the insight of what you're doing. We get this question all the time. Duplex or a house? Well, if you own both sides or rent both sides, why not duplex? And look how she split it. She's got a co-ed program, but not together. Love that. Love that. Love that. Lori says, do you have a list of other things we provide besides furniture? I do. I can ramble off a couple now. I think I mentioned it in that masterclass in that group, but most people forget about a fire extinguisher. Make sure you get that. That saved an ILF for me one day. I told that story about 2 weeks ago. Guy was cooking rice and beans, fell asleep, almost burnt the whole kitchen down. Lucky for us, we had and we trained them on the fire extinguisher. The beautiful part about it, the same tenant that almost burnt the kitchen down, him and his roommate painted and redid the floors because they were handymen. Lucky me, right? So we pray for guys that have handy skills. Here's a teacher moment. And I coach this to my one-on-one people, but here y'all go for free. When you guys are building this business, constantly, every day be talking to God and say, God, you know what? I want to do like Derrick did. And I want to not only house people, but God, I want to give them jobs. So God, can you send me people that not only need housing, but they have a skill set of laying floors, painting, hanging sheetrock, installing door locks, can fix the AC. They can fix the toilet when it's over flooding. God, send me people that have a skill set and handy with their hands. Put a number 10 in the chat if you would do that. I'm giving y'all the cheat code. Tell God you want people that need housing, but they have a skill set. They're handy. You'll understand that months later after you get it. Okay? Alicia's over there in Raleigh, North Carolina. I coach a lot of people in Carolina. Good stuff. Yep. So fire extinguisher, I'll go back on that. Some people move into a brand new ILF as a rental and never check the batteries to the smoke detector. I replaced them because I don't trust theirs anyway. So I'm gonna go to Amazon and get me one for like $10. Okay. That's also got that carbon monoxide. Boop, 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 boop. All that's involved in it. Okay. So those are things that people just kind of forget about. I can go randomly name a bunch of stuff, but that'd be a waste of time. Important stuff: fire extinguisher, fresh batteries or new smoke detectors, and your rules that I give y'all on page 6, laminate that and put it all over the house. The laundry door, the kitchen, the hallway, the outside area. So I give y'all the rules that are 1 through 10. We rip it out of that book and we laminate it, make several copies, and I put that everywhere because I want them constantly knowing what the rules are, and I want it right in their face. I hope that makes sense. I'm going far with you guys today. And let me get out of here before I get in trouble. So I think I knocked them all out. Perfect. Alicia says yes. Lauren says yes, Alicia. If duplex, female in one unit, male in another, no co-ed, period. Alicia says, I actually live down the street. So wow. So there's another coaching point. When you guys said, well, Derrick, how far away can it be? Well, I want it to be in your backyard. I want it to be like Alicia if possible, but if not, within 45 minutes. So one more time, I would love to see your ILF within 45 minutes of where you are. Let's take a break. I'm going to close you guys out and bid you guys well.
Hey, what's going on, family? Please make sure that you watch our webinar, which is the first step to getting started. So just text the phrase more info, MOREINFO, to the phone number 407-326-0086. Don't type it in the chat. Don't put it below. Text it to that phone number. That way you get that free webinar, but also it leads to a discovery call with me and my team to see how we can get you started. So again, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is it. Show me anything else to where you can make such an impact in your community. serve God, but also make a bunch of money doing it. We don't hide that. We want to make a lot of money doing what this is so that we can extend our hand in the community and continue to be the answer to affordable housing. Text more info to 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success. Let's get back to the show.
Hey, beautiful people. My name is Tiffany, and I'm the founder and executive director for Upward and Onward Jacksonville, Inc. First, I want to congratulate you for joining the ILF Masterclass, as this is your initial step, your first step for creating impact. So I came under Forston Consultants going on 2 years now, and I love it because their mentorship and their coaching is head on, side by side. They stay with you from the beginning and still now, even with me having multiple ILFs, they're still providing their coaching, their skills, and their knowledge, and just their support overall. They help with forms. They help with teaching you how to communicate with those property managers for the facilities and also those social workers, just giving you that extra push, those extra nuggets that you absolutely need to be successful in the ILF community. So I would like to say, come on over. Come over. We would love to have you. And just like my brother and sister stated, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is the place for you. You will not regret it. You will love it, but you have to do the work. You have to do the work. And also with the CRM, don't tell Derrick, but yes, I'm still working. He cringes when I say that, but I'm still working my 9 to 5, but only because of their CRM, that comes with their mentorship, has allowed me to actually still be in a space that I love in my community, doing social work. I am a social worker with doing these things and also being impactful with housing. So come on over. We would love to have you. Don't think about it. Do not, because you're going to think yourself out of it. But, pray on it for sure. And we'll love to see you over with the ILF family. Talk to you later.
All right, we are back. We are back. You heard the lady. So I saw one more question and then I'm out of here, right? Someone said that I'm doing an amendment to my name and I want to know what should I be doing in the meantime. Join that $5 group. Watch our webinar. Now, obviously, I used to tell everybody, get the one-on-one coaching. But I'll admit, guys, your first step is webinar, $5 group. And once you're in the $5 group, click the tab that says learning and watch those 4 hours of coaching. I'll admit, don't even watch it all in one setting because I don't want you to get like overwhelmed. Watch it in 2 to 3 settings because that's 4 hours of coaching, y'all. And most of you all are not even where you're going to need a lot of the back end stuff. I shot a video yesterday in that academy that talked about your first step is turning yourself into a business like she did. But since she's changed the name, I want her to be going out meeting people, shaking hands, introducing yourself. Get some apparel that's got your name on it, meaning your program's name. I believe in being a walking billboard. So everything that I wear usually has got something on it about me. Now today says the good news. Let me see, John 3:16. And at the back of this stuff, they got a bunch of stuff about Jesus. But other than that, usually I'm wearing something that says Second Chance, Forston Consultants, Digital Flow Solutions, and a bunch of other businesses that we have. Make sense, everybody? So what you should be doing in the meantime, and also get on social media. Watch this. All of you all found me on social media. None of y'all went to a website and found me. Even though your website is needed, your social media is way more important than your website. One more time, all of y'all found me on social media, somewhere running this big mouth. It was either on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. Call me a liar if I'm wrong. But none of y'all went to www. And that's how you found me. No, you didn't. You found me on social media. So I want people to find you on social media. All the social workers, case managers, they find me on social media. And in the masterclass, in that $5 group, I even give you the verbiage. In fact, here it is again. And it's 1,000 ways to say it. But on your social media, You should be shooting a video on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Threads. And it can sound kind of like this. I'm going to say it slowly. What's going on, everybody? If you're a social worker or a case manager looking for clean, affordable housing for your clients the day of discharge, give us a call at Heal Solutions. We want to be a part of your discharge planning to make sure your people have a safe place to go. DM me below or click our QR code in the corner. Guys, I can say that 1,000 different ways. Here's another one. Are you a social worker or a case manager needing great affordable housing for your people the day you discharge them? Give us a call. I want to work with you and your team to make sure that happens. Guys, the one that advertises the most wins, not the one with the best business. Watch this. If me and you both start frying chicken as a business, your chicken can be better than mine, but if you don't advertise, nobody's coming to see you. I got the worst fried chicken in the city. It's got the old grease. It smells funny, but I'm advertising every day. People gonna come buy my chicken. Now, maybe I only fool them one time because it's so bad, but guess who they coming to because they always see it? They coming to me. So the one that advertises the most wins this game. So your next step, and for everybody, wake up with the mentality every day that nobody knows you. Guys, I wake up every day, and I'm supposed to be the guy, Mr. ILF. My mentality says, Derrick, nobody know you today, bro. But how can you change that? Through social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Threads, but also by shaking hands and walking in the hospital and meeting people. Good morning, you guys. My name is Derrick Forston, and I would love to work with you and your entire team to take people from homeless to hopeful. We have a shared living environment. My program is called Second Chance Housing. And our prices start at $740 for our shared housing, and they start at $940 for the private accommodations. And if it's by phone, I'm saying it's Tuesday at 10 o'clock a good time, because we're also going to bring coffee and donuts for you and your team just to make sure that everybody's comfortable. Tell me how many will be in attendance so that we bring enough. Guys, I never show up empty-handed. I always bring coffee and donuts. So my secret to this whole business is God first, coffee and donuts next, and then systems. We use something that's called digitalflowsolutions.net that runs this whole business. Even when I'm in Puerto Rico on vacation, when I decide to go to the Dominican Republic and kick my feet up and drink pina coladas, this business still is running because of what Digital Flow Solutions does. An AI agent answers the phone, does the assessment, and pushes it back to my cell phone for review. I give y'all all of that with the coaching products. So one more time, and I'm out of here. When you guys join our coaching, you just don't get me as your coach and as your brother. You buy into a system. It would be baloney if I only coached you. Guys, this takes a system. 10 years ago, it could have just been you. Today, we need a system, AI tools, AI bots, and agents. Because a lot of you guys have a 9-to-5 job, and I don't want you to lose your job trying to make this dream come true. We can do both. It's not and or, it's both. Make sense? Oh, I hope that make a lot of sense. Other than that, man, thank y'all so much one more time for joining us. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this. And if you did, remember, guys, I ask one favor all the time. It ain't for you to buy my package. It ain't for you to, I do beg for people to leave a 5-star Google review, though, because if you've heard enough and it's encouraged you or given you a different insight, or you say, wow, this is what I was looking for. This is the only thing that I do kind of beg for, because it also helps a lot of other people make a decision. There's a lot of people, and some of y'all are like this. You won't buy nothing unless you read Google reviews. So I want to challenge you guys that if you don't give me a Google review, can you at least go and see what other people are saying about us? We got great reviews, and it's from honest people that have been through the process. One thing about a Google review, if you don't treat people right, they're going to tell you about it. So if we've enlightened you just a little bit, if you think that we and God and I are the cheat code for you and your family, give us a 5-star Google review. We'd appreciate that. It's often also tied to a scholarship that we often give out as well. Sometimes we help people. Jennifer is our grant giver, and she's usually with us on Saturdays and Monday nights. So if you do a Google review and Jennifer knows about it, when you come to us to invest in yourself to purchase a product, that may get you a little bit of a discount. So if nothing else, guys, if you buy nothing from me, join us 7 days a week right here on YouTube, right? 7 days a week live right here at Forston Consultants. Definitely think about joining the $5 ILF Elite Academy. It's $5, y'all. And you get in it by texting the word 5, F-I-V-E, to this phone number, 407-326-0086. And those are my only 2 instructions. Join that $5 group. Watch our free webinar, because it's scrolling below. It says the first step to getting started is texting more info. Those are my only 2 instructions. After that, you're going to determine, because I should be able to prove my worth to you by the time you watch the webinar and the masterclass. Now you decide which product you jump into. Do you stay with the free content? No problem. Do you get the DIY? Do you get the collective coaching? Do you get the one-on-one coaching? Or maybe you just get the HRA business in a box. 95% of y'all that meet me, y'all want to do this, but you can't go out and buy a house, rent one, or lease one yet. But the HRA teaches you guys how to only use your cell phone and relationship to make money. That's a whole coaching product. It's only $397. We build out your website. It comes with a virtual assistant and the know-how to how to answer your phone and make a referral and make $300 to $500 per referral. So no more of the days of you having to have a house to make this work. In fact, if you text these 3 letters right now, HRA, somebody text HRA to 407-326-0086. That'll give you that 14-minute webinar to learn how to get started right now. Never mind you wait until you get a house. The HRA is teaching you how to get started now. You don't need a house. You need a cell phone and relationship and an internet signal. And if your Wi-Fi down at your house, go to McDonald's. It's free. Make sense? So one more time, if you want to get started without a house, text HRA to 407-326-0086. It's a 14-minute webinar of how to do it. I give it to you. And then in the $5 group, I did a coaching on that for 1 hour and 49 minutes. So the 14 minutes that you're going to see on the free one and the 5 group academy, I coached the same thing for 1 hour and 49 minutes of how you can get started with no property. All it takes is a cell phone, making a referral, and getting paid from that. And it's called the HRA, Housing Referral Agent. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you guys. I love y'all like a fat kid loves cake. I'm going to pray you guys out of here, and I'm gone. And my only request is, can y'all give me a 5-star Google review for taking the time to change your life? And watch this. If you and I are real smart, we're going to give God all the credit. Now, you may thank me and you may shake my hand, but don't get it twisted. When you blow up, meaning your life and your finances, that ain't Derrick. It ain't even the model. It's God Almighty. So we're going to give God the glory, God the honor, and God the praise. Sound good, everybody? All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. So let's do it like this. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all you can ever ask or think, according to God's power that worketh in us. You guys be great, and we'll see you tomorrow right here at 7 p.m. Eastern. Be great, everybody.
Well, in my opinion, the best form of real estate is shared housing. That's why we invented the independent living facility model, because we view it like this. Why get one house and rent to one income, right? A family, usually mom, dad, 3 kids. What the ILF model does, it allows you to take that same 4-bed, 2-bath home and take 8 people from homeless to hopeful. That's the benefit of shared housing. The first step to getting started with your own independent living facility is texting the phrase more info to 407-326-0086. One more time, if you text the phrase more info to that phone number, we're going to give you an immediate text message. You fill out your name, email address, and phone number, and we're going to send it to you instantly to watch it with you and your family or you and your team. And then if you have questions, we want you to join us 7 days a week on our YouTube channel so that we can learn and grow together. But if you think that you want to move forward with one of our coaching products, we'll also speak to you by phone just to make sure that you understand fully what you're getting yourself into. And again, it starts with our webinar. So text more info to the phone number 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success. If this is your first time ever joining us, first of all, I want to say thank you. Second of all, I hope you're enjoying the content. But probably most importantly, I want you guys to text more info to the phone number 407-326-0086. That's going to give you our introductory webinar that breaks all of this down. And it also gives you a call with someone on our team to answer every question you have before moving forward. Because remember, I don't want you to buy nothing before you have a clear understanding of what this is and how to operate it. So one more time, text only these two words, more info, to 407-326-0086, and you will get an immediate download. You click that, you put your name, email address, and phone number, instant download. After watching that webinar, which is about 55 minutes long, first of all, it's going to change your life. Second of all, make sure you book that call, and then you join us 7 days a week on our YouTube channel right here at Forston Consultants, and we'll see you on the other side of success. Let's go. You probably didn't know this, but you don't need a license to start your own housing program. If you love God, love people, and love real estate, think about starting an independent living facility, which requires no license and you don't even have to own the property. And you probably didn't know that we're live 7 days a week teaching this. So right on our YouTube channel that's called Forston Consultants, that's Forston. Forston Consultants is where we teach this 7 days a week. And every day is at 7 p.m. except for Saturdays. Saturdays, we'll see you at 10 a.m. Eastern to, again, learn the independent living facility model and how you can walk off your job this year.
Hey, everybody. My name is Jermaine. I've been with Derrick and Shay for about 4 months now. I got my first property within a month and a half or so of being under that coaching. I have a 6-bedroom house. I got all the rooms filled already. I'm charging $800 a month. You guys do the math on that. Derrick and Shay don't like to talk about the money, but me, I'm a numbers guy. But the coaching is fantastic. Like, you will not lose. You will not lose. Please make the decision. Getting this coaching, whether it's the DIY or the 101 coaching. If you can do it with the DIY without talking to Derrick every day, then go for it. But if you can do it and you need somebody to hold your hand and you need to call Derrick whenever you need him, then I suggest you get the 101 coaching. It's been the best decision of my life, man. I'm telling you, like, get with it, and get ready to fire your boss, because it's going to happen. Thank y'all. Peace.
Usually the first step that we're often asked is, how do we get started? And other than just being super generic and saying it starts with your mindset, the first really way to get started is start a business. I don't want you guys to do this as a hobby. I want you to start an actual business, meaning turn yourself into an LLC. So prime example, your name is Scott Jones. Why not be S&J Enterprise? That way you're more bankable at the bank. Not so much for like the social worker, but this makes you actually more bankable. Make sense?
Have you ever wanted to open your own group home? Were you told that you needed a license from the state? Were you told that you had to hire staff? You were probably told that you had to own the property, right? Let Forston Consultants introduce you to Independent Living Facilities, ILF, which are group homes that do not require a license, staff, and you don't have to own the property. At Forston Consultants, we walk you through the entire process of how to operate your own independent living facility. We don't just give you a bunch of videos to watch on your own, which could get confusing. Here is what you need to do next, in this order. Step number 1, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Forston Consultants for tons of secrets on how to start your own independent living facility. Step 2. Sign up for our webinar at forstonconsultants.com to learn more about this great opportunity. Step number 3. Purchase our best-selling book, How to Open an Independent Living Facility in 10 Easy Steps. Step number 4. Contact us for your free consultation so you can quit your boring job in the next 90 days.
Most people don't fail because they're broke. They fail because they're not in the right room. The ILF Academy is not another Facebook group. It's the cheapest and most affordable access point to learning the independent living facility model. In fact, my masterclass that I taught, it was over 3 hours and 58 minutes. I put that inside of this $5 group. And if you know anything about me, guys, only my one-on-one people get that kind of coaching. But I'm giving it to you all because I want no excuses this year that you didn't know how to get started. So the ILF Academy Elite is only $5, and I'm going to put the link below. The biggest secret literally that we have, and it's kind of no secret because we always say it, we keep God first, right? We love people and we love real estate. So we live by this thing that says that we want to please God, right? Because we believe that if you do that, man, everything else can just fall in place. We believe in helping people. And that's something that's actually in the Bible. God says that when you do unto the least of thee, it's like you're doing it unto him. We also believe in being respected by our community while we're doing it. When I first started this, guys, nobody knew me. Today, we're really well known, but not because of how great I am. It's because of the housing program that's changing the lives in the city in which we live in. And then the last part about it, I want you guys to make enough money to feed your family. So one more time, we believe in pleasing God, helping people, being respected by the community, but I also want you to make enough money to feed your family. And you can do that while doing the independent living facility model. So just text more info, just those 2 words, more info, to 407-326-0086. And that's the first starting point.
Hello, I'm James Swain Jr., the owner of Restoration Regulators, which provides housing for men experiencing homelessness here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. As an emergency response worker and a dedicated husband and father, juggling my responsibilities was challenging. That changed when I partnered with Forston Consultants. Their awesome virtual assistant service keeps my business operations smooth while I focus on my 9-to-5. Plus, their digital flow solutions offers everything I need in one place, from my phone service, website hosting, social media automation, and performance reports. Derrick and Shay make sure I'm never alone on this journey, offering personalized one-on-one training at each step of my company's growth. With all these resources and real support, I have no excuses, just empowerment to be a catalyst for change in my community, bringing purpose to both my life and my family's.